As we grow older, there are certain things we notice that we never really talked about much when we were younger. One of those things is that faint smell of urine that sometimes shows up in the home, or even on ourselves, without us realizing right away. It's not because anyone is dirty or careless. In fact, most older adults I know are trying their best every single day to stay clean, presentable, and comfortable. But still, that lingering smell can quietly settle into clothes, furniture, or even the air around us, and it doesn't always go away so easily. This can feel frustrating, sometimes even embarrassing, but it shouldn't be, because the truth is, there are reasons this happens, and most of them have nothing to do with personal hygiene. They're small habits, little things that build up over time. And once you understand what's really going on, you can start making simple changes that bring comfort, confidence, and peace of mind back into your daily life. In this guide, we'll walk through the most common mistakes older adults make that allow that smell to linger longer than it should, and more importantly, how to fix them. You'll find that just a few thoughtful adjustments can make your home, your clothes, and your body feel fresher and cleaner every single day. If you've ever wondered where that smell might be coming from, and how to finally get rid of it, keep reading. And if you've already dealt with something like this in your own life, I'd love for you to leave a quick comment below and share your experience. You're not alone, and your words might really help someone else feel less alone too. Now let's get started. Mistake number 1. Wearing soiled pads or underwear too long. Now listen, this happens more often than people admit, and not because they're lazy or don't care about hygiene. In fact, most older adults are doing the best they can. But what many don't realize is that even a tiny leak, left sitting for a few hours, can quietly start to cause odor. And by the time you notice it, it's already worked its way into your clothes. Maybe even your chair cushion or the blanket you've been using. The pads and underwear we use for leaks, whether it's a daily liner, an overnight pad, or special absorbent briefs, are made to soak up moisture. But here's the part nobody tells you. They don't really neutralize smell, especially after a few hours. Once urine touches the skin and mixes with natural bacteria, it begins to break down, and that's when the odor starts to form. Even if you feel mostly dry, the scent starts to stick. Now, I know for some of you, changing a pad in public feels awkward. Maybe you're out shopping or at someone's house and you don't want to excuse yourself. Or maybe you're trying to save money and stretch your supplies longer. But the truth is, leaving one pad on all morning, or wearing the same undergarment into the evening, is enough to create that smell that just won't go away. You don't have to wait for a full accident. If there's even the smallest dampness, it's worth changing. A quiet routine helps. After breakfast, before heading out, and before bed, just like brushing your teeth. It doesn't take long, but it can make a huge difference in how fresh and confident you feel, especially when you're around family or friends. And here's something small that goes a long way. Carry a little pouch with an extra pad and a fresh pair of underwear when you're out. No one has to know, but you'll know you've got what you need, just in case. That kind of quiet preparedness isn't just practical, it's powerful. Because every time you take that small step to freshen up, you're doing something loving for yourself. You're not just preventing odor, you're reminding yourself that you still matter. That you still deserve to feel clean, in control, and at ease in your body. Mistake number 2. Not drinking enough water throughout the day. Now I know what you might be thinking. If I drink more water, won't I just have more accidents? And it makes sense at first glance. But here's the surprising part. Drinking less water can actually make the smell much worse. You see, when your body doesn't get enough fluids, your urine becomes more concentrated. That means it's darker in color, thicker in texture, and far stronger in smell. Even the tiniest leak, just a few drops, can leave a lasting odor when your urine is too strong. And that scent? It sticks around in your clothes, on your skin, sometimes even in the air, and you might not even notice it right away. Some of you may have cut back on fluids because you're nervous about rushing to the bathroom or worried you won't make it in time while you're out. That's totally understandable. But the solution isn't to dehydrate yourself. When your body is properly hydrated, your kidneys filter waste more effectively, your urine is lighter, and the smell, so much milder. That means leaks, if they happen, are far less noticeable. So what's the trick? It's not about drinking huge glasses of water all at once. It's about sipping consistently throughout the day. Keep a small glass of water nearby, by your chair, at the kitchen table, next to the bed. Take a few sips here and there. You'll be surprised how quickly your body responds when it's gently and regularly hydrated. And if plain water feels boring, try herbal teas, clear broths, or water-rich snacks like cucumbers or melon. These little changes can quietly help your body stay balanced. One more thing, when you're better hydrated, your bladder often becomes less irritated. That means fewer sudden urges, not more. So this one change doesn't just help with odor. It might actually give you more control over those unpredictable bathroom trips too. So ask yourself, have you had enough water today? A few extra sips could be the easiest way to feel fresher, lighter, and more confident in your skin. It's not just about preventing leaks. It's about taking care of the inside too. Mistake number 3. Wearing non-breathable synthetic clothing. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: your clothes. You could be doing everything else right, but if the fabric you're wearing doesn't breathe, it could still be holding on to odor. Many older adults, especially women, choose soft, stretchy clothing. Things like lounge pants, leggings, or even underwear made with polyester, nylon, or spandex. And look, they're comfortable, they're affordable, and they're easy to find. But here's the truth. Those synthetic fabrics trap moisture. Whether it's sweat, a small leak, or just general dampness from sitting for a long time, that moisture has nowhere to go. It gets stuck between the fabric and your skin, and that becomes a warm little home for bacteria. And you know what bacteria bring with them? Odor. You might not smell it right away, but after a few hours, it builds. Even if your pad is fresh and your skin is clean, the fabric can quietly hold onto that smell. And if you're re-wearing the same base layers, like house dresses or leggings, that scent has time to settle in deeper. Now here's the good news. There's a simple fix. Natural fabrics, like cotton, linen, or bamboo, allow your skin to breathe. They let moisture evaporate instead of trapping it. And they don't hold on to smell nearly as long. Something as small as switching to cotton underwear or sleeping in a cotton nightgown can make a real difference in how fresh you feel at the end of the day. You don't have to throw out your whole wardrobe. Just be smart about what's touching your skin, especially in intimate areas or when you're sitting for long periods. Swap synthetic pants for cotton ones. Use washable cushion covers. Keep a few breathable pieces handy for the times you need to feel your best. And here's a tip. Just because something looks clean doesn't mean it's fresh. If your favorite pair of pants has been worn multiple days in a row, even without a visible accident, it could still be holding scent. Remember, feeling clean isn't just about hygiene. It's about the choices we make every day, even something as quiet as the fabric against our skin. And you deserve to feel good in your body, not just for others but for you. Mistake number 4. Ignoring small leaks during movement or exertion. Now this one's easy to brush off, but it matters more than you might think. Have you ever had a little leak when you laughed too hard? Or maybe when you bent over to pick something up or sneezed suddenly? It's just a few drops, right? Hardly noticeable. So you probably just dab the area with a tissue and move on. But here's the thing, those small leaks add up. This kind of leakage is called stress incontinence, and it's incredibly common among older women. As we age, the muscles that support the bladder, your pelvic floor, can weaken. That means every time there's pressure from laughing, coughing, even reaching for a high shelf, your bladder might not hold quite as tightly as it used to. Now, because these leaks feel small, they're often ignored. No one wants to go through the trouble of changing clothes or pads over a drop or two. But even a tiny bit of urine can leave behind proteins and bacteria that start to break down and create odor, especially if it happens more than once throughout the day. And here's something not everyone realizes. Once that moisture hits warm skin, gets pressed into synthetic clothing, or dries into fabric, it starts to linger. You might not smell it right away, but by dinner time it could be noticeable. Not just to you, but to someone sitting nearby. And that quiet worry of, can anyone else smell this? Starts creeping in. But you don't have to live like that. You can stay one step ahead with just a little preparation. Keep a fresh liner or an extra pair of underwear in your purse or car. Store a discreet pouch with a change of clothes, just in case. That's not overreacting. That's being smart. It's saying, I respect myself enough to stay ready. And if you want to reduce the leaks themselves, Pelvic floor exercises, sometimes called Kegels, can really help. These gentle movements, tightening and relaxing the same muscles you use to stop urine flow, can build back strength over time. No gym needed. You can do them sitting, lying down, or even while watching TV. But most importantly, don't minimize what your body's telling you. A small leak is still a leak. Paying attention to it isn't weakness, it's self-care. It's choosing dignity and comfort every day. Mistake number 5. Skipping daily gentle cleaning of intimate areas. Now listen, I know you're bathing. That's not the issue. But sometimes the way we clean matters just as much as how often we do it. As we get older, our skin changes. It gets thinner, drier, and a bit more sensitive. So it's natural to avoid scrubbing too hard or using strong soaps, especially around the more delicate parts of the body. But when light urine leakage is happening, even if it's just now and then, those areas need a bit more attention. Urine doesn't have to come in large amounts to leave something behind. Even a few drops can dry into the skin and settle into soft folds. And that's where odor starts to show up. It's not always strong, and it's not always right away. But over time, it builds. And what happens next? You start wondering if other people can smell it, too. You might pull away from hugs. You might sit a little further from others. And not because you're unclean, but because something's not quite fresh, and you're afraid someone else might notice. Here's the good news. It doesn't take much to fix this. You don't need harsh products or expensive soaps. In fact, most of those do more harm than good. All you really need is warm water, a soft cloth or clean hand, and a few moments of gentle care each day, especially in the evening, when the day's buildup has settled. Focus on the areas that your pad, liner, or underwear touches. That's where little bits of moisture can stay trapped. Gently clean, then make sure to pat dry with a clean towel. Even leftover clean water, if it stays damp in those sensitive areas, can become a place for odor-causing bacteria to grow. Some people also like using a shallow bath with a pinch of baking soda once or twice a week. It can help soothe irritation and neutralize any lingering scent, gently, without chemicals. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing just enough, with kindness and respect for the parts of you that carry a quiet burden every day. Because you still deserve to feel fresh. You still deserve to feel like yourself. Mistake number 6. Using strong perfumes or deodorants to mask odor. Look, I get it. When you notice a slight smell, the first thought is often, I need to cover this up. So reaching for a strong perfume, scented lotion, or powerful deodorant might seem like the quick fix. But here's the truth. This can actually make things worse. Strong fragrances can irritate the already sensitive skin, especially in the intimate areas affected by leakage. And irritated skin? That's a perfect invitation for more discomfort and even more odor. It's like trying to hide a small fire with gasoline. Not a good idea. Plus, these heavy scents don't get rid of the source. They just mix with it, sometimes creating an even more noticeable or unpleasant smell. Imagine a rose mixed with something sour. It's confusing to your nose and uncomfortable for those around you. What's better? Stick to unscented, gentle products. If you want to freshen up, a clean, damp cloth or a gentle wipe with no added perfume is your friend. Let the skin breathe and heal. And remember, being fresh isn't about overpowering smells. It's about taking care of yourself in a way that's respectful, simple, and real. You're not hiding. You're protecting yourself. Mistake number 7. Not washing linens and cushions often enough. Many of us don't think much about how often we wash our sheets, cushion covers, or those little pads we might use on chairs or beds. But over time, odors quietly build up inside those fabrics. It's not always easy to notice right away, especially if it happens slowly. But those smells settle deep inside the material, and it can make your home feel less fresh, even a little uncomfortable. It's easy to ignore this because washing linens every week feels like a chore, especially if you're not feeling your best. But here's the thing, regular washing is one of the simplest and most effective ways to keep your space smelling clean and feeling comfortable. And it's not just about the smell. Keeping linens and cushions clean helps prevent bacteria and germs from building up, which is important for your health and comfort. A small tip: when you wash your sheets or cushion covers, try adding a cup of white vinegar to the wash. Vinegar is great for breaking down odors and even softening fabrics naturally, so everything feels fresher and softer after washing. Also, if you use washable pads or liners on your cushions, make sure to wash those weekly too. They protect your furniture and are easy to keep clean. Remember, your home should be your sanctuary, a place where you feel safe, comfortable, and respected. Fresh linens and cushions are a small but important part of that. Taking these steps shows care for yourself and your environment, which is something you absolutely deserve. Have you noticed odors in your bedding or cushions before? What tricks do you use to keep things fresh? I'd love to hear from you. Sharing your experience can really help others facing the same challenges. Please leave a comment below. Alright, let's take a moment to remember the little things that make a big difference. We talked about how important it is to keep yourself hydrated, eat well, stay active, manage your bathroom habits, protect your skin, and wash your linens regularly. These small steps add up to keeping you comfortable, healthy, and full of dignity every single day. It's not about making huge changes overnight, but about those loving, simple choices you make for yourself, because you deserve to feel fresh, respected, and cared for in your own home. Now, I'm curious, which tip surprised you the most? Maybe it was the vinegar in your laundry, or the idea of staying hydrated even if you don't feel thirsty. Whatever it was, please share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your experience can help others just like you. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. There's more to come, and next time we'll talk about how to have those sometimes tricky conversations with loved ones about incontinence, without embarrassment or shame. Take care, and I'll see you soon.